over 200 monuments and statues here in Mongolia, most of which are dedicated to historical figures and ancient sites. Memorials and monuments play a vital role in showcasing the country's culture, traditions, and history. Not to mention that they also play a vital role in adding to the city's beauty. For instance, the United States and Brazil are both well known for the Statue of Liberty and the Christ, the Redeemer statues. In this episode of Places to Go, we are here at the central square of Ulaanbaatar to learn the history behind the important monuments here. Over here, we see a monument relative to the 13th century, dedicated to Genghis Khan. The Genghis Khan monument, with the great Khan sitting on his throne, is one of the most well-known historical monuments of the 13th century. The monument was built after a government resolution passed in 2005, and since then it has become a tradition to pay respect to the Genghis Khan monument during state ceremonies. Genghis Khan is well known today as a leader who established the Great Mongol Empire and conquered half of the world. His influences reached beyond warfare and left a significant mark on culture. Traces of the culture created by Genghis Khan are still visible today. For instance, Chinese and Japanese scholars have proven that the first paper money put into circulation in 1227 was the Khan's idea. He maintained control of his empire by creating a unique structural system based on a 10-people group system. The system is still used today for territorial structures in many different countries to manage groups, towns, provinces, and cities. There are also monuments dedicated to Ugotahang, Hoplahang, and Generals Mokhle and Barchi that are surrounding the Han statue. The monument dedicated to Genghis Khan, who founded the Great Mongol Empire, is respectfully located in Ulaanbaatar Central Square, right in front of the Mongolian Parliament. Another monument worth mentioning is a giant 40-meter Genghis Khan monument that is situated in Tanjung complex, 53 kilometers from Ulaanbaatar.
Hi, I'm Lucas, I'm 22 years old and I'm from Germany. Just came here by trade from Russia. And now we're at the Genghis Khan statue. And yeah, it's really impressive. I don't think I've ever seen a statue this big before.
Hi, I'm Peter from Germany. I'm 25 years old. My first impression about the statue, it's a very impressive building. I read about it in a few travel blogs and I really wanted to visit this place, so I'm really glad that I met you guys. So it's a great day.
When we travel abroad, we find that people tend to not know much about Mongolia as a country, but they all know about Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan's legacy is a critical part of Mongolian history. He developed the Ichtasak after the establishment of the Great Mongol Empire in 1206. The set of laws had the same power as a constitution for Central Asia, not only just Mongolia. The Ichtasak was based on equality and human rights, dictating that one must honor their parents, elders, and teachers. Every man who had reached 20 years old, regardless of whether or not they were the son of one of the leaders of the 10, 100, or 1,000 groups, they must join the army, and that torturing a captive without permission from a senior officer was punishable by death. It did not stop there. Even though the main religion of the Mongols was Tingarism, a form of shamanism, Genghis Khan was respectful of all religions, and he declared the freedom to worship God in whatever way suitable, and considered religion a human right. Genghis Khan's preferences to eat from a wooden bowl, like other people, is cited as an example of his views on equality. In his book, Genghis Khan and the Making of the Modern World, Jack Weatherford, an anthropologist and historian, wrote that although Genghis Khan had proudly reached success, he was not like many other emperors. He did not order the creation of a portrait, monuments, palaces, or monasteries made in his honor. He even declined to have a headstone erected for his burial site. Over here we have a statue of the famous explorer Marco Polo, who lived during the time of the Yuan dynasty, which was ruled by Kublai Khan, Genghis Khan's grandson. Marco Polo traveled throughout Asia and Europe, building a bridge between the East and the West. He served Kublai Khan for ages, and the documents he created during his travels throughout the East and the West are considered valuable historical resources today. The monument to the Italian traveler Marco Polo was created by the artist Dinzeng in 2011. The notes he kept during his time living beside the Han about the lifestyle, religion, and culture of the people of the Yuan dynasty are very important subjects of research and are widely referenced. Marco Polo arrived in Mongolia when he was just 17 and served Kublai Khan's dynasty as an ambassador for another 17 years. Marco Polo returned to his country at a time of military conflict and was imprisoned. In prison, Marco Polo told his cellmate Rustachino about his experiences in the Yuan dynasty, and Rustachino wrote everything down on paper. He was released from prison in 1298 and lived peacefully in Venice until his death in 1324 at the age of 67. The green color of the monument represents Marco Polo's Mediterranean background. The decoration of his hat represents his Catholicism. The white falcon on his right shoulder symbolizes his rule connecting the East and the West. The white falcon is an emblem widely used by Mongolians, and some researchers say that it was also depicted on Genghis Khan's battle flag. His armor was designed in a European way, but the lower part of his clothing was designed in a Mongolian way. Behind me is a representation of the 20th century. The statue of a man on a horse pointing people to the direction of the sunrise is Mongolian General Ulaanbaatar Demdeng. Every Mongolian from an 8-year-old child to an 80-year-old senior can easily tell you where Ulaanbaatar Square is. The statue of Ulaanbaatar was created in 1946 by Chambal for the 25th anniversary of the People's Revolution. Ulaanbaatar was one of the heroes who brought independence to Mongolia during the People's Revolution of 1921. He led the historic campaign to free Mongolia from the Manchu oppression and led the Mongolian People's Revolution. Chinese troops were heavily defeated during a fight at Hyacht in March 1921. It was the first Mongolian victory and the beginning of the People's Revolution. This was the first modern statue made by a Mongolian. The statue is located where it is today because the Mongolian People's Revolution was first declared in 1921 on a wooden platform in the Nisleture in this place. In 2011, The original granite statue underwent renovation and was returned to its location after being covered in bronze. The statue is surrounded by eternal guardians, 14 lions that are connected by chains, symbolizing protection. The man on a fiery steed is calling the others to look in the direction where the sun rises. At the base of the statue, a famous quote from Ulaanbaatar is written in Mongolian vertical script. It reads, "If we unite under a vision and give our power as one, there is no place we cannot reach, nothing we cannot do or know. It is possible to reach peak development. It is up to us, our true courage." The statue is 10.6 meters tall, 4 meters long, and 1.85 meters wide. We are here at the Dasa Monument, which was built for the 50th anniversary of the People's Revolution. It was also built in honor of the Soviet soldiers who had lost their lives fighting for Mongolian liberty and independence from foreign invaders. The monument also symbolizes the friendly relationship that Mongolia and Russia has. The Dasa Memorial was constructed from 1969 to 1971. You can see the entire city of Ulaanbaatar from here. Let's talk about the meaning of its name. The name Dasang Hill originates from the people who stopped here to rest their horses after days of traveling to the capital to honor the Bogtang of Mongolia. Low-ranking nobles usually made offerings at the hill during their stay. This is the origin of the name Dasang Hill. Soviet and Mongolian forces defeated Japanese troops at the Battle of the Halkaingal. The World War II battle assured Mongolian independence and the Mongolian-Soviet Brotherhood. The memorial depicts the Mongolian state symbol, the sayumb, and the Soviet Union symbol, a hammer and a sickle. It's written, "Here, memories of Soviet soldiers were eternalized, with the sun in the sky and the fire in the earth." To reach the top of the memorial, you must climb a total of 612 stairs, taking you 300 meters. At the top, there is a statue of a Red Army soldier standing 27 meters tall, holding a victory flag in his right hand and a machine gun in his left hand. The central part of the memorial is a circular wall, which is 22 meters in diameter, representing a traditional fireplace used in Mongolia. On the outer parts of the wall are the shapes of military medals and stars from both countries, the People's Republic of Mongolia and the Soviet Union. On the inner walls are the mosaic murals depicting the historic victories and the friendly relations of the two countries. This monument reintroduces the Great Silk Road, which was strengthened during the Great Mongol Empire, to the people of the 21st century. The trade route connected Asia and Europe and was a vital channel in commercial and cultural exchanges. This monument also showcases the Mongolian nomadic lifestyle in a realistic way. This artwork was made by the famous artist Ulaanbaatar and his team. Each camel is 350 centimeters tall, 52 centimeters long, and 20 centimeters wide. The monument to the Silk Road tells the story of the master of a camel caravan with his Mongolian Bankhar entering the city. These monuments have deep meaning as it represents the Mongolian nomadic lifestyle and camel caravans, which once connected Asia and Europe, bringing us back to modern times. We could not possibly show you all 200 statues and monuments here in Mongolia. Therefore, we hope you will take interest and learn more about these monuments yourselves. We leave you with hundreds of unmentioned memorials for you to explore. See you next time in new episodes of Places to Go, where we take you to even more interesting places.